What's up and welcome to My Point of View. I am your fat and opinionated host, and over on my main channel, Cinema Shogun, we have been talking a lot about this train derailment out in East Palestine, Ohio. And you know, I've even made a few videos about that situation on this channel as well. But one of the craziest parts about that whole disaster to me is how, you know, a situation that is totally out of your control may happen in your city or your town that will cause the value of your home to just plummet. Like the value of your home could become worthless. Everything you worked for, the home you built and worked for your entire life, can become absolutely worthless overnight just because something crazy may have happened in your town. Well, as you all know, we've covered the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case a lot on this channel, and one thing that I've been thinking about is what is going to happen to the Moscow murder house. That's what it's been dubbed. What's going to happen to that home? Because this home is like the center of this story, if you will. And in my mind, I'm like, who would ever want to live there again? Who's really going to buy this house? When you Google this house, one of the first things you see is literally blood leaking out of the outside walls. Who is going to buy this home? Who in their right mind would ever want to live here? So I've been wondering what's going to happen to this house. If it stays there, if they allowed this home to stay there, I feel like it would eventually turn into like one of those creepy places in town. Like, have you ever seen the Halloween Michael Myers movies? It would be like the Myers house. And considering the gruesome crime that took place there, considering it was college students, this is right off the college campus, I would think that this place would become like a spooky place that people would prank their friends with or something like that in the future. Maybe it would draw attention. Maybe people would come from all over America just to stand outside of this house for a little while. Now, that may sound crazy to you, but oftentimes these locations where these infamous killings happen, these locations become like landmarks, like historical landmarks. And people travel to go to these areas. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Moscow house became a location like that. But at the very least, I feel like it would be an eyesore for everyone who lived in this area. Well, I noticed that they started putting up new fences around this home. They started having more security around this home. I don't know if people were trying to break in or what was going on. But then photos came out of the home boarded up. And it looks like they're going to demolish it. And I'm wondering what happened here. Like the homeowner. I'm wondering if this homeowner is being compensated in any way, or he's just like, all right, whatever, nothing I can do, I'm just going to destroy the home. Let's go ahead and hop into this article real quick. The King Road home where Bryan Kohberger allegedly stabbed 4 is boarded up and will be demolished. Workers have boarded up the off-campus Moscow, Idaho rental home on King Road, where 4 University of Idaho students were unalived on November 13th. And the university announced Friday that it will be torn down. Photos show plywood boards over the doors and windows, and a temporary fence has been installed around the property. Security teams continue to monitor the property around the clock as well. The owner of the King Street house offered to give the house to the university, which we accepted. University of Idaho President Scott Green said in a statement, "The house will be demolished. This is a healing step and removes the physical structure where the crime that shook our community was committed." Green said the demolition would also serve to minimize efforts to sensationalize the crime scene. In the same statement, he announced plans for the creation of a memorial and healing garden to honor the 4 victims and other students who have died over the years. The location has not yet been decided. We are evaluating options where students may be involved in the future development of the property, he added. So, I'm not so sure what actually happened here, what type of transaction happened here. I'm not sure if the University of Idaho maybe bought the guy's house, maybe at least gave him partial of the value of what his home was before, this crime happened. I'm not sure what happened there. All they say is he offered to give the home to the University of Idaho and they accepted it. That must be a really crazy situation. Having something like this happening in one of your rental properties and you basically just chalk it up to the game. Like, damn, this horrendous situation happened here. I don't know what to do with this property moving forward. And this isn't a small house by any stretch of the means. You know what I mean? So I wonder what the actual value of this home was before this happened. And, knowing that he gave up the house, I'm wondering if he got any money for it or if it's just like, damn, this is a tragic situation. I guess that house is gone. It would suck to be put in that position. And most people can't afford to be put in that position. But I'm glad that this house is going to be demolished. I don't think that it needed to stay there. I don't think that anyone would feel comfortable living there. I don't think we need a landmark for people to come who become obsessed with Bryan Kohberger. Because make no mistake about it, those people would flock out to that area. I'm glad they're going to build a memorial for these victims. I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think that is a nice way to remember these victims. I would rather there be a memorial to remember these victims by, as opposed to you drive down the street and you see this house, and that's what reminds you of these victims. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comment section. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified of all the updates in this case. And as always, remember to remain opinionated.